Hello again. Welcome back to the only reason that anybody even watches this channel. Yeah, give it up for PsiloSybil, ladies and gentlemen. Glad you guys are as excited as I am for another episode of PsiloSybil for the computer. Love your energy, as Eric Andre said that one time. Remember that? When Eric Andre had the potato costume and he started squatting on the guy's face, and then a different dude shoved him over and almost started fighting him, and he said, "Love your energy." I hope they make a season 6 of Eric Andre someday. I would watch it, even though I didn't really watch season 5. Anyway, this level is aesthetically different. It's got a nice calming winter atmosphere. Everything's very snowy and relaxed and such if you don't look at all of the deadly hazards. I think they call this level Nuclear Winter. And maybe we'll meet Duke Nukem at the end.
Balls.
But no, unfortunately, nothing like that's gonna happen. Nothing cool is gonna happen in this episode. I can guarantee you that. So anywho, since this game's still relatively new and unknown, I guess the big question is, will this become the latest big indie success? Will this be the hot new thing on the indie scene? Unfortunately, if it did, what that would entail would be MatPat getting his disgusting pizza-stained hands all over it and making his terrible, shitty videos about it. What kind of theories about PsiloSybil do you think MatPat could make? There's the really obvious one. He'd say, Sybil wait, no, I gotta do the voice. Sybil from PsiloSybil is a mushroom, and you know who else is a mushroom? That's right, Toad from Mario Bros. This can only mean one thing. Sybil from PsiloSybil is secretly Freddy Fazbear. God, why is it that we live in a society? We live in a society, but why is it that the YouTube landscape is such as that you can't have a successful indie game without having this frail 90-pound weirdo just making his terrible videos about your game and just besmirching its image and showing it to his army of just drooling, shrieking little goblins who are gonna make terrible memes about it? And that's how the ecosystem of indie games always goes. MatPat and Markiplier and all those other people ruin everything that's good with their shitty fandoms, and there's gonna be memes about when you get a C+ on your algebra test, and then it'll be the victory screen from this game or something. Okay, let's get off this topic. I'm just rambling like a crazy person at this point. This isn't interesting to listen to. I gotta calm down.
Calm down, just calm down. Calm down, just calm down. Calm down. Hey.
Anywho, so speaking again to the game's theming, the main character's a mushroom, as has been pointed out many times already. But what I'm kind of surprised by is the fact that the developer didn't play up the whole, mushroom-related drugs angle to all of this, because not only is the main character a mushroom, but I believe she's supposed to be a hallucinogenic mushroom, so I feel like they very easily could have had a level where it was a mushroom-induced hallucination or something. All kinds of crazy stuff happens. It's basically what people who don't do drugs think what happens when they smoke weed. And, "Oh man, I smoked weed and I saw a pink elephant." Anyway, yeah, I'm surprised they didn't play up the hallucinogenic angle of all of this. Or maybe that's the twist at the end. This was all a hallucination. Maybe the main character's actually just some guy who weighs 400 pounds and with lots of body hair, and essentially looks like Carl from Aqua Teen. Did I just uncover the secret of how this game ends? Are they gonna do the cliched "it was all a dream" ending that you see so many times before? Gosh, I don't even know. I haven't looked that far ahead into how the game works, but that would be a heck of a thing if I managed to figure out the big twist at the end this early. The first time I ever saw the whole "it was all a dream" trope when I was like, I don't know, 13 or 14. Back then it seemed so amazing and made total sense why they would, use it in so many different forms of media, but nowadays it just seems so overplayed,
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine.
Yes, it's an unwritten rule of Let's Players that you can't use the phrase that you can't use the phrase "it was all a dream" without referencing that popular song by that large man. It's just too easy to do. So anywho, in between takes I unlocked a new costume. It's pretty snazzy looking, huh? It's got a cookie theme. You like that, don't you, you fat bastard? You just want to reach right into the screen and eat that thing right off of there. Okay, this is getting weird. Let's stop. But anyway, this game's Crash Bandicoot influences continue to be quite visible. I think it was Crash Bandicoot 1 that had a castle level that looked quite similar to this. I think they actually had an unused level in there somewhere that they decided to take out because it was too hard. Something that maybe this developer should have done. Nah. You're alright, guy who developed PsiloSybil. Don't listen to me, I'm just an idiot. Okay, this part's a little tricky here. Don't want to get under that purple board or else you'll get pushed. And also that can happen. Anyways, at the risk of repeating myself, interesting choice on the developer's part to have a cookie-themed costume, eh? If I had the attention span and the programming skills to make a video game, perhaps I could put a cookie-themed costume in my game as well. Although it wouldn't be a cookie in the traditional sense. Instead, I would model it after a cookie from Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. I don't know. That is the second time in this series that show has come up. What is it with me today? But anyway, speaking of cookies, here's a humorous slice-of-life story related to cookies that happened to me once. So, when I was about 7 years old, they had a commercial on television for Chips Ahoy cookies, and the premise was that the cookie was like a little person with a face on it, and he was sitting on a bus with like a bunch of humans, and they were all singing a song, and went smack dab in the middle. Anyway, and then at the end, somebody took a bite out of the cookie person, and he says, "Oh, he bit me." Anyway, so that was a commercial I saw, and apparently I wasn't the only person who saw that commercial, because a week or two later I was on the bus and a group of kids all started singing that song at the same time, and somehow everybody else had seen it and they all had the commercial memorized, so there we were, just on the school bus singing the song from the cookies commercial, and of course staying, in line with what the commercial did. At the end of the song, one of the kids said, "Oh, he bit me," just like in the commercial. The funniest gosh darn thing in the world. Maybe I'm just a bitter old man, but I feel like humorous, fond memories like that don't really happen anymore. It's not a thing that the current young people do. Everyone's forgotten how to have fun. Now everybody just looks at they goddamn cell phones all day. Gosh, how is it that I'm both 26 and 76 at the same time? I'm just an old soul. An old soul who just missed the checkpoint. Now we gotta do all this crap all over again. The things they expect you to do in this. And they got this one segment here where they expect you to go back and then forward, and this is just ridiculous. As Courage the Cowardly Dog says, "The things I do for love Or in this case, the things I do for about 12 views. But I don't care. I don't care if I'm not popular. I'm not trying to be the next Markiplier. Oh no, there's a scary Freddy Fazbear on screen. Wow! Markiplier is for people other than me, to put it politely. Okay, we are gonna get this checkpoint this time. And nobody's gonna tell me otherwise. See, there we go. But little did I know that the hardest part of the level was just beyond this. This is what we call a premature celebration. So, does anybody have any idea as to why the toasters are pink on the bottom? Is that just an aesthetic choice, or is that a rendering error produced by Unity, or what's going on there? I mean, aesthetically, they do look pretty nice, the pink on the blue background, but for those of you who are in the game dev world, perhaps you can enlighten my stupid ass on that one. So anyway, we keep going through these segments where you have to hop on the very small wooden platforms on the bridge, and this too is a reference to Crash Bandicoot, at least I think it is, because Crash Bandicoot had that one level where you had the very spread out bridge board planks you had to jump on it just from a different perspective. And that one had pigs on it too, evidently. It's all coming full circle, you see. I am wasting my life. SpongeBob, stop yelling at pre-recorded footage of video games and do something productive for once. I was gonna be a big celebrity, like, who's a celebrity who's recently been disgraced? All the pieces are there for a joke, you can put them together. It's like this documentary I saw once. It was about what it's like to work at Sega, and you can tell that it's a very old documentary because the narrator says, maybe someday you can become rich and successful too, like Bill Cosby, and they got like a picture of him on screen, and oh, this did not age well. Somebody should submit that to that Twitter account, Poorly Aged Things. You know the one. Well, maybe you do. Heck, maybe I'll just submit it later. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So anywho, we seem to have really hit a wall in terms of overall progress here. Gosh, look at this. There's actually a continue that's a bit closer to the end, but again, since I was hidden, I didn't know about it, obviously. There's just like this tiny little cloud off to the side that you have to jump on, and then it takes you to a secret area, and I only found out about it after this footage was recorded, when I was looking at some walkthroughs. Gosh, why am I making Let's Plays if I have to look at other people's Let's Plays in order to make progress? There's just this Ouroboros of people looking at other people's videos. Where does it start? It's like that SpongeBob thing. Does the mailman deliver his own mail, or is there another mailman who delivers his mail? And then who delivers that mailman's mail? Is there a never-ending chain of mailmen delivering mail to other mailmen? So anyway, I clearly couldn't beat this level, but I don't think we should stop here. Since this is the only series on the channel that's actually getting any views, I think it would be kind of foolish to just throw in the towel, so I'll beat this level off camera, and then we will come back for episode 5.
Colcultura presenta.